Hello everyone. In this video, we will take a closer look at a specific process in the Hyper application where special care is needed to work in order to assemble the project. We will launch Machine Maker. In this application, we will use the mechanism library. This stand for the robot, turning it towards the table. We will also move the table closer because this robot has working area that isn't very large. And we will edit the TCP of this tool, placing it in the center. If you have data for the actual tool, you can automatically transfer it through this button. In this case, we will use such data as an example. Next, we will add a coffee machine like this. We will position the mounting point at the center bottom and apply it. Next, we will need to change it to assembly equipment and slightly edit this point to connect the coffee machine. After you edit your cell, you will need to press the Export button and your project will move to the application ENCY Hyper. After our project is exported to the application ENCY Hyper, we need to add points where we will attach our parts. In this case, we need to add an empty mechanism. Then we will add a point and move this point to the cup holder position in the coffee machine. After you edit this point, you also need to add cells so that the robot can take a coffee cup from the coffee machine and place it on the table. We will edit this tray and position it on the table like this. Press Apply. Then, after you edit the attachment points of the parts, go to the Parts tab. In this tab, we will add a cup blank and add a cup. This is how it looks. We won't change the base point and pick point here. We will change it in the Programming tab. Next, we will add the cup to the seating position and go to the Programming tab. In this tab, we will start with the pick command, which will be the main one for the robot to see which part it is working with. In this case, it's the coffee cup. You need to click on this part, and then a settings window for this command will be available. In this case, we will have one element we are working with, and this window is where we can set the robot's position. In this case, it doesn't suit us because, as we can see, there will be collisions. The robot will simply crash into the coffee machine. To add a correct gripping point for the part, you need to click the Edit button, then click the Add button. Here, there are many functions. You can simply click with the left mouse button to see how your robot will grab this part. If it doesn't see the correct trajectory, it will warn you about it. In this case, we will use the default preset and slightly edit it in the Robot tab. Here, you need to go to the TCP tab and edit the robot's height position. Also, if you break the robot's limit, you will see how your robot will stop in place. In this case, this grip suits me, and I can press the Apply button. After I press the Apply button, I got a gripping point that will be used later for grabbing any parts. Press the Close button. The next step will be to add the Place command and specify where the robot should place this cup. Let's choose this location. Next, we will try to calculate this project. As we can see, our robot takes the cup, moves in an arc, and then places the cup. But in this case, this is not quite correct because the contents of the cup may spill on the table. And we need to choose a safer trajectory, a linear trajectory. In this case, it will be necessary for the Place command since the robot will start its path from the coffee machine to the table. We need to go to the Safe Move Distance tab. There are default values, but when you click on Subprogram, you can edit them manually. In this window, you need to turn on the linear movement slider and recalculate your project. You will see a completely different trajectory. After enabling the simulation, you will see how the robot places the cup along a straight trajectory. Also, if you are not satisfied with the robot's position in the Peek command, you can also use the Safe Move Distance commands and edit them manually to set custom values so that the robot can approach the cup more safely to minimize collisions. It works just like I set the part grabbing point. If you need a greater distance in front of the cup, you can set it here. And for this to work, I need to press the Recalculate Program button. After starting the program, we see that our robot, before approaching the cup, chose a longer distance that I set for it. Let's see how this program will work on the real robot FAIRINO. We will connect to it. For this, we need to go to the Run tab, go to the Application Settings, and in the Robot Driver Settings tab, set the IP of the robot we will. Once you set the IP address of your robot, you just need to press the Offline button until it turns into the red Online button. Then you will be able to see how your real robot and the robot in the Hyper application will work. For this, we need to press Start and edit the speed. In this example, we see how the robot successfully repeated the movements we set in the ENCY Hyper application. And to stop the program cycle, we need to press the Stop button. Thank you all for watching.